This hidden New Jersey garden has a secret Mafia past. Today we're exploring Deep Cut Gardens, located in Middletown, New Jersey. Deep Cut Gardens is known for peaceful walking paths, flowers, quiet scenery, but long before it became a public park, this land belonged to notorious mob boss Vito Genovese. Come along with me as we take a walk around. So if you're not familiar, Vito Genovese was an Italian-born American mafioso and the leader of the Genovese crime family in New York City. He was born November 1897 in Italy. He immigrated to the United States in 1913 with his family when he was about 15 years old, and the family resided in New York's Little Italy section. He was apparently childhood friends with a criminal associate named Lucky Luciano, somebody else maybe you've heard of. Together, they helped the Mafia rise as a major force in organized crime within the United States. And together, Genovese and Luciano facilitated the expansion of heroin trade to an international level. Like most career criminals, Genovese started his career quite early, and at the age of 19, he spent a year in prison for illegal possession of a firearm. So fast forward to 1935, Genovese purchased this sprawling 52-acre estate tucked away off of Red Hill Road in Middletown, New Jersey. After building his fortune through bootlegging during Prohibition and running powerful gambling rackets in New York City, Genovese was looking for something quieter, a hidden retreat far from the violence of the mob wars in New York. At the center of the estate stood a grand colonial-style mansion, but Genovese wanted even more. He was inspired by his Italian roots. He transformed the property with elaborate gardens. He even created a replica of Mount Vesuvius to remind him of his birthplace near Naples. To my understanding, it would even at one point erupt with smoke and fire. When Genovese purchased the property, there was a lot of renovations that needed to take place in addition to the garden landscaping, and he also constructed a large swimming pool, 3-hole golf course, 2 tennis courts, and a greenhouse. But the peaceful escape here didn't last long for Genovese. In January 1937, Genovese fled back to Italy in order to avoid murder charges, leaving behind his wife and their 3 children. 1 month later, the mansion mysteriously burned to the ground in what the newspapers described as a fire of undetermined origin. The fire broke out on the first floor of the mansion and required 4,000 feet of hoses in 2 hours to be extinguished, which resulted in a complete loss of the mansion and an estimated $80,000 worth of damages. And while the mansion was destroyed, the gardens and the volcano somehow survived, as did the gardener's cottage and the greenhouse. About a year later, one of the landscaping contractors that Genovese had hired placed a lien on the property for unpaid bills. And in 1949, with the garden falling to ruins, Genovese sold the property for $35,000. There are no hot deals like that in Monmouth County anymore. Over the years, this property changed hands several times. Eventually, the final owner donated the land to the Monmouth County Park System, opening Deep Cut Gardens to the public in 1978. Deep Cut Gardens has a mission to educate and assist home gardeners. They host a variety of different gardening resources programs here at this location, and you can tour the garden for free. They have about 52 varieties of roses with over 180 bushes. So you may be asking, whatever happened to Genovese? Well, he was later convicted on narcotics conspiracy charges, sentenced to 15 years in prison, where he died behind bars on Valentine's Day, 1969, from a heart attack. Who knows if any mobster-related activities ever took place on these grounds? I would hope not, since his family was here, but you never know. Today, visitors come for the peaceful scenery, colorful flowers, quiet walking paths, often unaware that this beautiful garden once belonged to one of America's most powerful mobsters. So leave a comment down below. Have you ever been to Deep Cut Gardens? Did you know the history here? All this talk of mobsters has me thinking about pizza. I know, very stereotypical, but I'm Italian, so I can get away with it. So the closest pizzeria I could figure out to come to was Palumbo's Pizzeria and Ristorante, located in Holmdel on Route 35. A good solid slice here, nothing you're gonna complain about, that's for sure. Definitely come check it out. Palumbo's, if you haven't been here before, definitely a good spot. And they were playing the hot 90s jams, which I love, so, gotta love the 90s music. I want to thank you for joining me on today's adventure, and as always, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bells, and don't forget to keep it moving.